This is our garden, which has been neglected and overgrown over the years. My name is Orion, this is Jess and Benji, and Lilia is now 5 months old. As a family, we have never had a garden, and we are super excited to restore and bring it back to its former glory. And if you hadn't guessed already, we've never done this before. So if you want to follow along as we transform this garden, make sure you hit subscribe to watch new videos every single Wednesday and Sunday as we embark on a brand new journey. In the last vlog, we made loads of progress with getting wood chipped down, new plants, and the pond all cleared out. I nearly broke my back shearing all of the nettles that used to be here, but it was well worth it because if you take a look at what this place looked like before, it definitely looks so much better now. But whilst we made great progress here, we only really put a dent in the actual problem. Benjamin's playset arrived in the last vlog. However, it was always destined to go right there. Now I got a little bit lazy and I decided to put it there. Well, let me show you. Trying to clear through all of that with these, yeah, not really something that was incredibly appealing to me. Clearing this out of nettles with these was hard enough as it was, let alone going through all of that. So I've had to call in the heavy machinery to clear it. As much as I love to graft and work hard and do everything myself, it would just be so much easier if my stepdad Mark came down with one of his machines and just scraped it all away. So that is the plan. We are going to scrape this entire section here completely free of everything that you can see. And thanks to Mark, he thinks he can get it done in like an hour, which is music to my ears because I just did not want to slave away doing it. As much as I know it needs to be done, and I probably would have done it eventually, it's just going to make my life so much better knowing that this is going to get cleared out today. However, I do need to help out a little bit. Maybe I get to drive the digger or dumper or tractor, whatever he brings, and have a little go myself. But I do need to move some of the other things that are around that aren't going to get scraped and burned. Most notably, my burning bin. And more importantly, the pile of ash that has been sat in the middle of my paddock forever. Basically, before I even lived here, we put stuff there and burnt it. And it's just in the worst place ever. So I'm going to clear all that out. I'm going to put some new seed down and hopefully it comes back looking luscious. Well, that took me way longer than I expected, but I do think it is a step in the right direction. I've cleared all of the ash. I have turned all of the soil. I'm going to wait now until Mark gets here with whatever machinery he's going to use because he's probably going to drive over that a lot and flatten it out, and it might need some more topsoil on it. But later on, we will cover this patch with grass seed as well as some of the other molehills around. And fingers crossed it grows back. However, with the odd bits and bobs moved out of the way, I think we're ready for Mark to arrive. I wonder what machine he'll bring. Well, it looks like he's come in the JCV. And the plan is to pick up bits and bobs and to slowly work our way through it because we have no idea what is actually buried beneath there. And before you know it, it'll all be gone and this area will be completely cleaned. But I have a GoPro strapped to it so we get a first person angle of all the action. So let's roll the montage. Well, what a crazy difference that has actually made. It feels so much bigger now, and I think that will fit there perfectly. But as you can see, when we scraped it all out, we lost a lot of the turf, and it had to dig out a lot of the roots and the weeds and stuff like that. So there is a lot of topsoil now all the way across here, and the next step is just to walk on it a lot, as the plan is to reseed all of this to around here, which means the soil needs compacting a little bit, but not too much, so I can turn it and like rake it and stuff like that with the seeds in it to allow the grass to grow. But this part here needs to be compacted, ready to put down a fine sheet to stop weeds growing through, like a weed prevention sheet, and then we can put play grade wood chip on top, and we're kind of do like a curvy, like wavy line to fit this play area, so it's not just such a square. I don't want to work with squares. I like how this wraps around here rather than it just be like a block square. It doesn't look right. So yeah, if we put like a new bark line in around here and wrap it to this corner, play set there, and we've got the potting area here, I think this will look very nice when it's finished. Obviously, as you could see in Mark's JCB, it was rather large. In the book it was very big, and without damaging the wall or risk damaging the wall, we can only get so close to get the roots out, and some of the roots are huge. So I'm actually really tempted to tie a rope around that and see if I could tug it out of my car. Might be a really bad idea, but considering the weeds came out to like here before, it's completely cleared out. I just need to do a little bit of tidy up work, figure out what to do with that corner there, clean up here with a strimmer. And Mark has saved me a shed ton of graft in this beautiful weather. I did consider what it would be like to do it, and in the blazing sun, it's like 20 degrees today, I would actually melt. And as you can tell, I'm not really dressed to be doing gardening, and that is because we are going to go out to a gardening show. This is the show we're going to. None of us have actually been before, but I figured we'll take a leaf out of the beginning of this book and spend a whole day just relaxing and not really doing that much graft. As much as I want to continue progressing this to make it look as nice as this, minus the dirty pond, the weather today is just beyond gorgeous, and I want to go out with my family. So let's get in the car and head to the show. And what a drive it was to get here. I feel like I've just driven the longest I've ever driven, going down the weirdest and slowest country roads, but we have finally arrived at the very busy Three Counties showground. And straight away, as you walk through the gates, they have those little Hagrid huts that we saw at the home improvement show. They are, however, ridiculously expensive. I feel like with things like that, it genuinely would be cheaper to build it than buy it. Oh wow, look how nice that is. Not only is it a really nice water feature, but it's actually a dipping tank, so you can put in your watering can and get water out. Everything I walk past now, I'm just thinking, oh, I can make that. However, some of these picture frames are really cool. I love the artwork and the frames for these. The best thing about places like this is just coming for like little bits of inspiration. Like, I was really happy with the sign that I made and how it all came together, but I really had to dig deep to think off the top of my head how to do something like that, whereas being able to see it here is a real insight into how things are actually done. But this is what we've come for. Look at all these gorgeous flowers. One thing I would absolutely love to get for the garden is a bonsai tree. They're so gorgeous. I don't know under what conditions that these plants need to be in, but they're just so adorable. As well as this little hut. How'd you get one of those for the kids? But look how pretty that one is. Satsuki Azalea. Wow, that is a beautiful tree. The trouble is, you see all of these like plants and flowers all beautifully presented, but when you take them home and try to do it yourself, it just never looks like that. They're just so full and vibrant, and I feel like it's an art. It's just got to take a lot of time to figure out how each plant and flower goes together to complement each other, and how to actually keep them alive, which is one of the things that we struggle with the most. But we are most definitely in gardener's heaven. There is just such a vast variety of different plants here. And you can feel it because the humidity in this room is up there. Oh my God, just look at that. Wow. The colours on these are just beautiful. I am running out of words to describe this place. It's just gorgeous. And so is the view here, as well as the fresh air. Oh my God, it was so humid. I don't do well in humid heat. I was surprised I didn't pass out when I went to Vietnam because it was really humid there as well. I can't do humidity. We have made it to the show gardens, and that is really cool. A bit of me. It's got like a garden on the roof there and a trickle, and down that end is actually like a water feature. I think if it were me personally, I would actually put like a sofa couch in that space so you could actually relax, because the sound of the water trickling in the shade would be lovely. This is also lovely, like a rock garden with some waterfalls down the middle. Wow. And I had no idea, but I was like, why is there like a bag over that branch just chilling there? But it's actually a sail, and it's connected all the way down here to those paintbrushes there, and it's painting on that canvas. Nature creating art. This is also stunning. The oak pagoda there, little water wheel, and you can walk through the stream. Wow. Who thinks of these things? Better still, who comes up with the idea to put these things together to show off for like 4 days and then take them down? It's not like a normal stool. They've actually made gardens to showcase that have to be gone by the end of the show. Bizarre. Now this is what we can aspire to do in the future. Look at that. It's like a little window for the fishes. But I have regained the child, and she has fallen asleep on me, and I think we're making our way back to the car now because it is scorching hot today, and I think everyone's feet are giving in from walking around. It's a really cool show that I think next time we'll come back and we'll do like a full day of it, because we only got taster tickets for today. That was like the only thing that we could get left, and it's coming at 2 p.m. and you only get a certain period of time. Significantly cheaper as well, but highly recommend you come check the show out. There is so much more here that we didn't even get to see, but I have taken back a lot of inspiration with me, and it's got me excited thinking of the potential that this place has. However, I am following on with the theme of this video, and I'm just not going to do anything. It's been quite nice to enjoy some time off from the heavy graft, obviously thanks to Mark's earlier work, but I'm not leaving you completely empty-handed, as I would like to showcase our brand new Orion Whittle clothing line that is dropping soon. And it has all been completely inspired by this place. Now, this t-shirt is just a sample, and I've only got it in black and white to showcase today, but I thought as we are in the process of working through it, I'd share with you guys what it looks like as it is inspired from the bungalow and the gardening that we're doing. So this is the front, a nice bit of text on the front, keeping it nice and simple, so when you've got a jacket on and stuff like that, it doesn't really feel like this huge amount of overbearing print, because I've discovered after talking to friends and family and other people who have bought my clothing, they don't necessarily like big prints. I don't wear big prints. I don't mind them on the back, however. So this is what I've come up with. How good does this look? I am so happy with how this design has come out, and I have only been tempted to change one thing, and that is, instead of it saying the bungalow, I was going to put Orion Whittle here instead, because there's no, other than obviously in the neck there, there's no OW on this at all. But to be honest, I kind of figured that I don't need to slap OW on every single piece of clothing that I create and share with you guys. However, as I said before, I am really happy with how it looks, and I hope you guys like it too. It will be available on orionwhittle.com. Scan your QR code and grab yours soon. I will obviously do a proper announcement and stuff and actually market this stuff, because I haven't done any marketing for my clothing whatsoever. I just kind of subtly dropped it to try and get my hands around it and figure out the best practices and make sure I'm completely happy with the service, and get some feedback from people who have also, you know, dove into the website and brought some stuff themselves. And so far I've had overwhelmingly positive feedback, and the quality is really good. Like the t-shirt quality, the hoodie quality. I actually really like the crew neck, which is why you always see me wearing that blue crew all the time. It's not just because I'm vlogging, it's because I genuinely like these clothes, and that is the idea. I want to make clothing that I want to wear, not clothing that I feel like, oh, you know, I'm going to work, I should put my Orion Whittle clothes on. It's like, I want to wear clothes that I like, and this design I'm really happy with. I have another design already in the works for more of a like a summer launch, but as we're probably towards the end of spring now, and the gardening has been such a integral part of doing the bungalow, it seemed really fitting. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But that is going to do it for today's vlog. I know, kind of short and sweet, me just going out and not really doing a great deal. It's very anti-Orion. I like to do a lot in my vlogs. However, it is ridiculously hot. Granted, when I actually got back yesterday, I was going to clean up all of this, like the extra bits and bobs that we missed. However, as you can see, it started chucking it down with rain, and it was heavy thunder, and it wasn't really possible. So I've left it. It's unfortunately, I just haven't run out of time to do anything because obviously going out and stuff like that. But I'm sure you guys don't mind. We had a lovely time out. We saw some amazing piece of crafts and amazing flowers and plants and things. It was really, really cool, and lots of inspiration for things that I would like to do. But I'm going to stop rabbiting on. Thank you again to all the folks over on Patreon who get to see all of these things early. That's the benefits you get for being over there. So make sure you go follow me on Patreon. Links in the description, or probably on screen or something like that. I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Catch you guys next time. Peace, much love. Bye-bye. If I can just clear it out of, like, you know, the steel bin. However, we couldn't miss the shot, so I've got a GoPro strapped to it. And let's... At the very... As the plan is to plant...